And I don't know which template it is, so give me just a second here. Email 5. I don't know if you can see this. So right here, it says there's a link in this template. Do you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's called custom value HELOC application link. So what happens is when we set up a new account for a user, we're going to go in here under custom values and we're going to fill in custom values with what your actual links and stuff are, your phone number, your whatever, right? So if I put in here HELOC application link and I edit this field and whatever I put here will go into that template. So you could go here and put address, open house address one, open house address two, and build different ones. The downside is in the template, you can only put one of these holders. So you basically would only be able to put one address in at a time, but it would update wherever that's at in all your workflows. Does that make sense?
Think
So
so.
if your HELOC application changed, it would go and update all your templates by updating it in one spot.
Okay, yeah.
Does that
Yep.
make sense?
That part makes sense, yes.
So you could build out like 5 different workflows and be like, okay, this house is on workflow one and this house is on workflow two, and build 5 different forms and 5 different workflows and 5 different custom values. And then you could put the addresses in for one, two, three, four, and five. I don't know how else you're going to do that without just duplicating and editing the template manually. I don't know if that made sense or not.
Well, it does. I'm wondering, is there a way to integrate the custom fields into this process?
Mm,
No.
yeah, you can add them to the workflows and you can add them to forms and you can add them to surveys and sites and landing pages and all that stuff.
Yeah, but so if I guess I'm not asking as much. All right, can we? How do I put in um, a custom field and then be able to link that back to, let's just say, a form? So if I'm importing stuff, um, I want to make sure that everything's getting clicked. All those little boxes, check boxes are getting clicked. I guess that's just duplicating the workflow. So that's that shouldn't be too tough. Um, but I want to make sure I've got all of the fields correct. Like, so the problem was as I was going through all the workflows, I was noticing I was putting in, I was typing in physically the address, 1001 33rd Street, into the workflow. And I want to replace that with having the address for the open house, like a contact field, into the workflow, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're not going to have a contact for that open house. Contacts are for people. We could build an object, maybe. Um, I could maybe build an object
And what would an object do?
uh, where you could list homes. I can test it real quick if you want um, on your thing.
What if we did make a contact for each open house and we named the contact the address of the open house?
You could, but you're not going to be able to pull it into a template. So let's just see if we go down here. We can use Google Forms if you're looking at that up. So object, we can build a custom object right here.
Okay.
And so this would be open house open houses, I guess, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh, and this could be address, and that would be a single line. Uh, you don't want duplicate entries. And then we could just put like a house or something as the icon. Is there one of these houses that you like or no?
I don't care. Uh,
You don't care. All right, this one's fine.
sorry.
And then this is I don't know if this will work. I'm just gonna try it, and if not, we
Yeah.
can delete it.
No.
Uh, Um, uh, this is to house the addresses for our open houses. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what you're doing on a custom object is now if we go see it's down here. So
Yeah.
opportunities, contacts, companies, these are all custom
Okay.
uh, objects that come standard. And then you can build what's called custom ones. And then when you build custom ones, it should add it on this bar somewhere right here, open houses. See
Oh,
see how it added it? And then you can
yes.
add an open house. So
Oh,
uh, I'll just put 111 East Main Street and
so
save.
how do we add other? This is, I think, what we want. How do I add additional where it says address? I don't know what you would call that, but how do you add additional fields within the object?
So on the back end here, you have custom fields or opportunity fields. So if we go back to your objects here and we click on this object, now you can build like associations between the objects, or we can build custom fields for that object.
Okay, one. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right. So if we build custom fields for that object, would it be the same custom? Because on Sunday, I put all of the custom fields that you have in here. I put that onto a Google sheet, so it'd be easier to access. Right? I can remember where everything is.
Uh-huh.
So, will it be able to use the same custom fields that we currently have in GoGenie and then put them into this object? Uh, I
What
guess.
fields do you want first?
Well, I might need to. Okay, so I think we have to go back to the workflow, take a look at everything that's in the workflow for each workflow that's for each step. And
I don't know if this will work. I think this is going to be the same as the custom value because uh, uh,
okay, so from here, let me ask you this question: how do we add fields? Or maybe I'm calling it wrong because I don't. This is the first time I've seen objects, uh,
yeah,
so I have to watch some videos on it. Okay.
I don't know if this is going to work because when you add them, it's just going to be like a long list of addresses.
Uh huh.
Um, what you can, I mean, we can add as many fields across the top here as you want. That's easy.
So what I
Right.
want, so what I'm wondering about is when you open up 111 Main Street.
Hmm.
Okay, you open that within 111 Main Street. Hang on, we go ahead and open it, and then we go here. How do I build down? Well, let's see here. So it says address. How do I build down on that address?
You can either go to objects or you can go to custom fields, either one.
Okay, I'll tell
Once
you
you're in,
what. Now
once
that I
you're
have, go ahead. I'm sorry.
once you're in objects, you're going to click on your object and then add custom fields right here.
Okay.
I like to close this window and then go to folders and then go to over here and we have company objects, contact objects, opportunity objects, open house object. So
Okay.
now under here, we can add in this first folder, open house info. If you open this folder, then I like to add a field. So what's another field that you would put?
I have to go back and look at uh, the realtor would be
Okay.
another realtor name.
Okay. So realtor name, right?
Yeah,
Save. So now it's an add realtor name. So if I duplicate this on the front end, just so you can see it, I don't know if you want that pop up to close or not. So I'm not forcing it closed.
that's fine.
So now you have
Awesome.
address, and then we can go over here and add realtor name to the list, right? So if we want to edit this object, now I can go put in realtor name, Bob Smith.
Yes, yes. And then this is going to go into the workflow of that open house.
You see how I did that?
I saw how you entered it. Yeah.
So on the back here, the problem is, oh, hang on one second. Hello? Why? All right, let me wait. Hang on one second. I'm supposed to pick up my kid. Uh, what do you want to do? Okay. So now if I go into your automation, so this is the open house
Yeah.
field. These are your custom fields.
Okay.
And then this is your workflow. Open house copy. This one or this one? Well,
Uh,
this one's live, so let's use your copy one.
yeah. The copy one is more of a blank slate.
So what you do is internal. So in here, if you have anything with that's fine.
Oh, here's the
Like,
problem right here. There. Yep.
but I can swap this out for this code. It's going to pull the code from your custom object. The problem is if you have 10 in here, how does it know which address to put into this text?
Um,
Does
so
that
what?
make sense?
Yeah, and here's what I was thinking
So if
is
I have 112 East Main Street, right? Blah,
well,
blah,
what?
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is Susie Cook. How does it know which address to put in? That's the only problem.
Yeah. Okay. So we would. So here's what I'm thinking for this is that we take this open house form, the TBA address, duplicate it, and then fill in the address for the open house.
But
And
what
then,
happens if you have five open houses?
well, then over here in the object section, we would have five different addresses that we're tying it to.
The only thing I could think of is if we could tie it somehow to a drop down here instead of a fill in. That way it's consistent. And then we would associate the I don't know how you would associate the user. That's the only thing I can't think of. Because up here we can build what's called associations
Okay.
right here, and then we can associate this to. So we'd create an association between uh, either contacts or opportunities. Contact, uh,
This, so the association would be with the realtor, correct?
Yeah, and this would be like MLO or real. Is the MLO going out there or the realtor going out there? Which
Realtor's
one?
going, the realtor's
Okay,
going out there.
and then this would be like open house.
I mean, I don't mind going out there to one, but I'm not going out to five. What I'm trying to do is figure out how to scale this. So if I can get five open houses out there for a weekend or 10 or however many, and how to scale it up without screwing it up.
I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm trying.
Okay.
So you could associate a contact, right? So if you're in here as a contact, you're not in here. Is there a person on the team in here? Here, Shara, she doesn't work here anymore. And then we could put Shara to that open house as like an association.
Okay. And she would be the realtor, correct?
Right. Yeah. But and then I could put like a path here, maybe like if assigned to Shara, use this open house. But then if she's assigned to multiple here, then I don't know how that's gonna work. Uh, like this. Uh, did that not open house associate? Uh,
Well, I think if we go back, so with the within the objects, we have a relationship. We go into the contact section because that's where I've got all my realtors listed. We list the realtor that we're having the open house with. So I get all that.
I don't think this is gonna work because you'd have to like unassociate them every time. I think it's gonna be a lot more work than you need
Okay.
because I could build it out like five different realtors and pair up the address, but if you don't unassociate one of these contacts, I don't think it would work. Or
Yeah.
rotate these addresses. So you wouldn't
So,
need this field, you just need this field.
so I guess here's my question. So let's go back here to some of these texts. Okay. So how do we go to like this SMS, whatever, open that one up? Just well, I'm pointing to it.
It is open up, it's right here.
Okay, yeah. So okay, so we go to that SMS, and so we've got the open house at such and such an address. And what I'm wondering is if there's a way so I don't. What I'm worried about is making mistakes as I'm inputting this data, but maybe that's just I just it's just what it is. Um, this contact open house agent. We have an open house field, so we can use that. Correct?
I mean, I can build it if you're only doing one open house at a time. The problem occurs when you're doing two or more open houses at a time.
Right. That's why I'm asking you this stuff because in case we're doing two or three or four on the weekend. I mean, I can build them all out as it is right now individually, right? I mean, that's what I'd have to do. All you have to do is go up to the top, say
Clone,
open house form, put in the new address,
clone it. Yep.
clone it. So that part's pretty easy, but then you clone it and then you have to go through individually each part of the workflow.
The only way that I think that would be easy is if we did like I was originally thinking down here, custom values.
Uh-huh.
So we'd build a folder called, open houses. Well, I'm just making this up.
Uh-huh.
And then in here we would build out uh I think this would be easier.
Well, wait a minute. What if we go back to the screen we were at and put open
Go
house?
back and do what?
Never mind. No.
And then I could put, instead of a custom object, I can put a custom field here, like this. Save. And then I could put an if then. I think I could build off custom values, yeah. I don't think objects are going to work,
Okay,
just so you know.
that's fine. I don't even know what objects are for the most part, so, other than what you just said. So I don't know. I'll have to read up on this.
Uh, so I would put like Bob is only like open house Bob, open house Susie, open house Sam, and whatever one they're going to, that's what I would put in here is the address. And then here I would put um is it always going to come from you?
What do you mean? Is it always going to come from me?
Because they're not in the CRM, right?
No, they are. I mean, the open house agents that I've got right now are all, or that are going to be in the CRM. They're all in the CRM. They're all contacts.
Julie and Frank and all these people.
Yeah, they're all in the CRM.
So basically, you'd have to build out a custom field for each of the realtors, and then we'd have to build an if then. But it
So would
wouldn't be
I
assigned to you, it'd be assigned to them.
would I do that in the contact section? Build out the custom fields and put it in the contact section?
No, contact it wouldn't be contact, it'd be custom values.
Okay.
So this would be like open house for Julie, right? Open house address for Julie. So the one that she's going to, you would go in here and put the address. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. So you just directly put the address in right there. Okay.
Right here, yeah. And then it could do is it could update the template so you don't have to keep rebuilding this. But if it's Julie, we need to how can I put this as Julie? Uh, because the contact would come in and it would get assigned to you right here.
Is that a problem?
I would build you'd have to build a form for each person instead of a form per house. Does that make sense or no?
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So if you could show me how to build, like when you say a form for each person, what would that look like?
You would just name it open house form for Julie, open house form for Bob, open house form for Sam, and then I would put all the triggers up here. And then I would say, Julie, this is the only form that you're going to use for your open houses. And this is where it's going to pull the address in for all of Julie's uh, open houses. So like every time she does an open house, we'd rotate this address, and then it would go in and update all this, and we could assign it to the right people based upon the form that is being filled out.
Okay. Let me do this. If you could shoot me, do I need to do anything to get this recording?
No, you just exit the Zoom and it will download.
Okay, I'm gonna rewatch this, what we just went over. Are you gonna be in the Zoom room at some point today or later on today?
Yeah. Yeah, I got two appointments later this afternoon, and I got an appointment with Shelly later this afternoon.
Okay. Well, I'll go through this up to here and try and figure it out. Rewatch the video, and then try to jump in the Zoom room. If I catch you today, great. If I don't catch you today, I'll try again tomorrow, and
Uh,
just kind of catch up to the whole thing.
am I going over your head?
Yes, yes, that's okay. That's how you know. It's I'm failing forward right now. One
Okay,
day at
it
a
would
time.
look like this. Let me just duplicate it and I'll
Okay,
just call out multiple forms so you can see it.
okay.
So you would have to build out forms. Let me just make sure this is not live. So you build out a form for each of these people. So instead of address, we're going to build a form for this one. And then we're going to go build a form for this one. Uh, I'm just going to make these up real quick. So this is form for Julie. This is form for Bob. This is form for Sam. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
And then right here, we're going to say trigger is Julie's form. Uh, trigger is Bob's form. Trigger is Sam's form. I'm just making these up.
okay.
So now if they fill out her Julie's form, it's going to come down and say, oh, they filled out Julie's form. Go do this.
Could you do me a favor, real quick?
Mhm.
Could we go back to that step that you were just in? Bob's form, Jim's form, whoever's form, and then
Uh-huh.
go in and go in and actually put in a name, like because I got all the people in the contact section. So
Uh-huh.
can we go back and actually put in like the contact person that we'd be putting in for each form?
Yep. Custom value, open house. I don't know which one's Julie. So that's open house two. To see, and so when you put the address in on the back, it'll automatically map the one Julie's at into the messaging.
Okay.
So right here, you can go form submitted, uh, open house form for Julie. What's another person that you use?
Oh, okay. There we go.
What's the name of another person you use?
Sherry, Sheri. And put then the next one, memo, Memo. There we go.
Right. And then on the back end here, under custom values, you're going to build out one for Julie, one for Sherry.
And one for memo. So I'll be building one of these, and this is which section again? Is this? This is not objects, is it, or is it
Custom values.
custom values? Okay.
Yeah.
Is this in settings or in?
It's in settings, yep, on the back end.
Okay.
Custom values, open house for Julie, save. This text isn't, it says like click here, but I don't know what's supposed to go there after.
Yeah,
It looks like you're missing some links.
I took them out last night.
Oh. And then email. That's just a video. So this would have to be a different template, unless it's just a generic video.
This one is, what is it? Start from scratch. Yeah, I was just putting that email in to show to figure out how to put a video into the email. That's all I was doing there.
Yeah. So here, once it's filled out, this would assign to Julie.
Okay.
Assuming it's this one. It would go down, blah, blah, blah. It would cover all her stuff because she's probably the main point of contact. Then right here, it would reassign to Dan, right? Send out your text from Dan, right? Here's how you get pre-approved, maybe,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
or something.
Yeah.
And then it could reassign back to Julie after you send your message. So basically, you'd build out the form. You would go into your custom values every time they want to do an open house, and this is where you'd put. I'll just put like 123 Main Street. Mesa AZ 85201, just so you can kind of see what it would look like.
Uh-huh.
And then because we put this address in on those templates, it's going to plug this address into that template instead of this key.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. Does it make sense or no?
Yeah, it does. It's just, quite
And then you don't
honestly,
have to keep rebuilding forms.
right.
You'd build one form. Let me just see what's on your form here real quick. And then right here, this would be like Julie's form. And then right here, we would change this to custom value. Uh, Open house address for Julie, because it'd be on Julie's form. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then we'll put the address in right there. All that looks the same. And then save.
Okay.
So this would be open house, not a TBD address. So you basically would put the address in, and then that would be she would only use this one form every time.
And what we would do is hit the edit button there, and then where you have the custom values open house thing down below, you just would put that in there. Oh, for Julie. Okay, open house form for Julie. All right.
And then that's the one that you would map over here when you're here.
Okay.
So basically, every time Julie goes to an open house, she uses the same form.
Right.
I don't know, it's not saving. I'll have to. So you build out one form for each agent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
And then you only need one QR code every time. And then when they go to the open house, all you have to do is go back here and edit the address, and it will update the the workflow, and it will update the form.
There we go. Yes. Okay. Okay.
I think that's what you want.
I think so.
I don't know if this flows right or not, but
That's okay. For right now, that's okay.
And then this would notify Dan. You'd put your cell phone in. This would notify the broker, which I'm assuming is the real estate agent.
Yeah, so I'm thinking.
You could just put assigned user here because they're assigned, or you could put their manual phone in, and then you don't have to rotate it every time because this is only going to go to Julie.
Correct. Yes, that's right.
And then it will wait, and then open house agent. This would always be Julie, so that could be like a drop down, or you could just always put Julie in.
Okay.
Uh, Sherry memo, right?
Yeah.
This calling agent, we might have to tweak and put the address as a custom field on the agent so it can call about that. But uh, is it only calling this one time or is it calling multiple times?
I'm probably gonna call it that one time, and then if there's a price change or an offer on the house, that's where I'll probably do this. I'm only gonna maximum make 2 calls from the agent.
I would delete this custom object. Are you okay with that, or do you want me to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
it in?
No, that's fine. If you think I should delete it, that's fine.
I think we have a solution.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do it by the open house, we got to do it by the person at the open house because they can only do one at a time.
Right. That's right.
It can only be one spot at a time. Okay, so now we need to go to your AI and
And
see
if
how your script is for your AI. Voice AI.
my script is non-existent right now for the AI, except for my,
What'd you
well,
call it? A neat
oh yeah, her. Yeah, we've got a lot of script
open
for her.
house.
What Anya I put on my website, so that's
Okay.
I've got a lot of script for that.
Business name. Okay, so when you're in here under the goals,
I haven't done anything on this.
it's all right. Advanced mode. Prompt. So we would build it out, but in here we're going to add in um, the address, and you have to build one agent per uh, real estate agent as well. So in your workflow, this would be Julie's open house agent, so that it's the same address every time. If it's going to reference the address, if it's not going to reference the address, then we wouldn't. You could use the same bot.
Okay.
Does that make
Well,
sense? Like
yeah,
if
yeah,
it's going to book on Julie's calendar, if
yes,
it's going to.
yes, that does make sense. Yeah, it
So
does.
what we do is we'd build one, and then we would clone it, rename it, clone it, rename it, clone it, rename it,
Yes,
and you
that.
get one the exact way you want it. And then down here under tools, we can add different things like it could transfer to Julie, it could transfer to you. It could start a new workflow. It could send texts. It could book appointments on calendars, things like that.
Okay.
You want you can do so
Does that help or no?
Oh yeah, it helps a lot.
you want you can do so you want
I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm gonna rewatch all this. Jeff,
Okay.
how do I get this recording?
Once you exit the Zoom, it'll